Welcome to the Shadowverse Chronicles presentation of the Lockets Loop.
Darkness engulfed the campus quad as four silhouettes emerged from the mist. Street lamps flickered, casting long shadows across the damp grass. Alex, the tallest of the group, pointed towards a looming structure in the distance.
"There it is,"
he whispered, his breath visible in the cold air.
"Marshall Hall."
Sam shivered, pulling her jacket tighter. Jamie grinned, practically bouncing with excitement, while Casey clutched his backpack, knuckles white with apprehension. The group trudged through the overgrown path leading to the dormitory. Vines strangled the building's facade, and dark, vacant windows stared back at them like hollow eyes. As they approached, Sam hesitated, a chill running down her spine. "Maybe we shouldn't," she started, but Jamie pushed past her, already reaching for the door. Alex stepped forward, producing a small tool from his pocket. He jammed it into the rusted lock, twisting until it gave way with a reluctant groan. The door creaked open, releasing a gust of stale air that assaulted their nostrils. Flashlight beams danced across peeling wallpaper as they entered the foyer. Dust particles swirled in the light, disturbed for the first time in years. Sam's foot caught on something, and she stumbled, kicking up a yellowed newspaper. Jamie snatched it from the floor, his eyes widening as he read the headline aloud.
"Student vanishes from Marshall Hall."
Casey's voice quivered. "Guys, maybe we should go." A distant thud echoed from upstairs, cutting him off. The group exchanged glances, a mix of fear and curiosity etched on their faces. Without a word, Alex took the lead, heading towards the staircase. The others followed, drawn by an unseen force into the depths of the forgotten dormitory. As they ascended, the stairs groaned under their weight, each step bringing them closer to the unknown. The air grew colder, and an eerie silence enveloped them, broken only by their quickening breaths and the pounding of their hearts. Alex pushed open a door on the second floor, hinges shrieking in protest. Flashlight beams revealed a room frozen in time, overturned furniture, shattered mirror shards scattered across the floor. Sam spotted a Polaroid peeking from beneath a dusty textbook and snatched it up. The photo showed smiling students, their faces young and carefree, dated decades ago. Jamie crouched near the far wall, fingers tracing deep scratch marks gouged into the floorboards. Casey's flashlight flickered and died, plunging him into darkness. He fumbled for Alex's shoulder, panic rising in his throat. The temperature plummeted. Their breath materialized in wispy clouds before their faces. Whispers, indistinct yet urgent, seemed to seep from the walls themselves. The mirror shards vibrated, skittering across the floor with a sound like scurrying insects. Sam stumbled backward, colliding with an ancient dresser. The impact dislodged a drawer, and it flew open. A leather-bound journal tumbled out, landing at Alex's feet. He scooped it up, flipping through pages stained with ink and time.
"Listen to this,"
Alex breathed, voice tight.
"The spirit grows stronger. We thought the ritual would contain it, but we were wrong. God help us all."
Jamie's hand closed around something cold. He lifted a tarnished locket, its surface gleaming with an unnatural light.
"This must be the one mentioned in the journal,"
he said. Sam's eyes darted between her friends.
"We need to leave, now!"
Casey's scream pierced the air. He pointed to a dark corner where a shadowy figure materialized, its form twisting and writhing before vanishing into thin air. Chaos erupted. Doors throughout the building slammed shut. Windows rattled violently in their frames. Unseen forces hurled furniture across the room. Alex stumbled, and journal pages scattered across the floor like dead leaves. Jamie clutched the locket, its chain cutting into his palm. Sam threw herself against a window, but it refused to budge. Casey curled into a ball, whimpering, hands clamped over his ears. Alex gathered the fallen pages, his hands shaking.
"We have to perform the ritual,"
he shouted over the cacophony.
"It's our only way out."
Jamie thrust the locket forward, determination replacing fear in his eyes. Sam nodded reluctantly, her face etched with terror. Casey rose on unsteady legs, swallowing hard. The group formed a circle, Alex at its head. As he began to recite the words from the journal, the dormitory itself seemed to hold its breath, waiting. Alex's voice reverberated through the room, ancient words tumbling from his lips. Candles flickered to life, casting writhing shadows on the walls. The locket rose from Jamie's palm, suspended in midair, pulsing with an eerie blue light. Wind howled through the room, whipping papers into a frenzy. Sam's hands trembled as she gripped a salt circle, its grains scattering in the supernatural gale. Jamie clutched a talisman, its edges biting into his flesh. Casey's eyes rolled back, his body convulsing as if seized by an unseen force. A spectral form materialized in the center of their circle, its inhuman shriek drowning out Alex's chant. The entity twisted and contorted, fighting against the ritual's pull. The locket's light intensified, becoming almost blinding. With a final ear-splitting wail, the spirit collapsed into itself, drawn into the locket's confines. The pendant snapped shut with a decisive click. Silence crashed down. Dust motes drifted in the sudden stillness. The group exchanged wary glances, chests heaving. Alex snatched the locket, shoving it deep into his bag. Sam bolted for the door, wrenching it open. The hallway stretched before them, dark and empty. Jamie took point, charging down the stairs. Casey stumbled, righting himself against the banister. They burst through the front door, the cool night air a shock to their systems. Relief washed over their faces as they beheld the familiar campus quad. Their triumph evaporated as mist swirled around their ankles, obscuring the ground. Street lamps flickered, and the world seemed to shift. In the span of a blink, they found themselves back at the dormitory's entrance, exactly where they had started hours ago. Confusion morphed into horror. Alex clawed at his bag, searching for the locket, but found only emptiness. Sam sprinted toward the quad, only to loop back to the group, her eyes wide with disbelief. Jamie's scream echoed endlessly, reverberating off buildings that shouldn't have been there. Casey collapsed to his knees, sobs racking his body. Time blurred. Each attempt to escape led them back to the beginning. The spirit grew stronger, more vengeful with every loop. Alex's mind splintered, memories fracturing like the mirror shards upstairs. As comprehension dawned, he felt a piece of himself fade away. They were bound to this place, this moment, for eternity. In a daze, Alex watched as new figures approached the dormitory. Their faces shone with curiosity and excitement. So familiar, it ached. The spirit whispered promises of release. If only Alex would help lure these fresh victims. His hand, now translucent, reached out as the door creaked open. The cycle began anew, the nightmare perpetuated, and somewhere in the depths of Marshall Hall, a locket pulsed with malevolent light, waiting to be found once more.
Thank you for joining us for The Lockets Loop. Please like and subscribe and click here for the next story.